Hey interweb, it's Jackie K, and guess what I'm getting back into? Not that. Not that either. Wi-Fi? No, this is Pokemon Showdown. Totally different. But seriously though, I have been experimenting with competitive battling again. Finally beat it Pokemon Sun and Moon, and breeding's still taking some time to get the Pokemon I want. And plus it'll save me some time in the long run if I do some team building before I invest all the time into breeding and so forth. Which is why I have a few Showdown clips to share with you all. Figure it makes good filler content at the very least, while I work on bigger and better projects, and building the team to hopefully go on the Wi-Fi and do some battle spot and perhaps other things in the future. Since this is one of my earlier builds, it goes through quite a few adjustments, so I can't really do a screen cap because some battles might be slightly different from other ones in terms of teams. However, I do want to go over the basics and my main inspiration for said team. I really want to make a team that includes Mimikyu and Wishy-Washy, and I have had good experiences with a little bit. I have used Buzzwhirl, the Ultra Beast, just in single player in Pokemon Sun, so I pretty much built the rest of the team around that. All these Pokemon I've used in single player with positive results, except for Alohan Marowak. It was not a Pokemon I got a chance to experiment with in my main adventure, but boy did it really pay off during these few battle spot battles, especially this one coming up here, so let's get right into it. I've experimented with a few forms, including a mixed attacker, but I find that the Rock Head Thick Club and giving it all physical moves has been working out the best for me. One the whole defensive Pokemon right off the bat. I didn't want to risk it, but never fear, it's not going to be the last we see of this Pokemon. Now, I could have probably predicted an Ice Beam here, but Scald was a safer play. If there's anything I've learned from X and Y, it's when in doubt, just use Scald. Even if you don't got super effective damage, you'll still get a nice burn, at least a possibility. So unfortunately my noobness shows up a little bit this turn. I get U-turn, but I think, okay, that's fine, I'll just substitute and get ready to do the thing Harvest Executor does best. Unfortunately, I didn't realize Clanging Scales bypassed substitute. Ah well, at least I can assure you that battles in the future, I'll really be able to implement this Pokemon to its potential. Speaking of boss ups, I went for the Skull predicting him to switch out, not wanting to stay in for the Ice Beam, but that turns out not to be the case. And that's going to cost me my special little snowflake because I didn't just go for 2 Ice Beams in a row. Nevertheless though, I'm not too worried because I could just send my Dugtrio out here, get a nice Sucker Punch, and assure that it's never going to be an issue for me again. So my opponent sends out Incineroar, and unfortunately for it, this is the perfect time to use my Groundanium Z, get the nice Tectonic Range out. Everything else on the team is resistant or immune to the ground move, so I figured why not, might as well make use of my Z move while I can. So at this point, the trio served its purpose and I was just gonna fodder it off. Unfortunately for my opponent though, I get the flinch hack, so I'm gonna be able to take out one more Pokemon before the Dugtrio has fully exhausted its purpose. Knowing that my Pokemon's at its end and not being certain if I outspeed or not, I go for the Sucker Punch just to assure I get a little bit of damage off. And that's the end of Dugtrio. So it may seem like things are against my favor, but one solid double edge is gonna be enough to win the battle for me. Emergency exit activates, switching it out before it can even attack me, and I'm able to finish up the rest of his team with a nice Flare Blitz. Hindsight, it wasn't really this Pokemon that really won me the match as much as my opponent's ability. But this battle really solidified my fate in Alohan Marowak, and has only served me well ever since. So with this team I have multiple leads depending on the battle strategy I feel is best. Unfortunately, going with this Mimikyu didn't really work out for me, so I decided to amend my mistake by switching over to Dugtrio. At first it seems like this switch is a mistake because it's just setting up for days, but between my power, speed, and the fact I had Sucker Punch, I was able to take out the Land Rock before it could do any harm. Now, fighting against this Toxapex is going to be interesting. I didn't quite know what Banko Bunker did at the time, but I knew that it wasn't good. So you're gonna see it affecting my playstyle later on. I'm pretty much sacking off my Dugtrio here because while it would be nice for the fire turtle he has, I don't really have any Pokemon I feel safe switching into and taking the damage. But now that I have the opportunity for a free switch, I can use my special Snowflake to do the damage I need to do. I built my Wishy-Washy to be a mixed attacker, and it's working out for me right now since I have Earthquake on 3 of my party members, so I don't feel so bad about letting Dugtrio go. One solid hit for my Wishy-Washy, and then I can just finish it off with the priority move. Unfortunately, everything backfires. It survives the Shadow Sneak, it gets a hit off on me, and because I have the red card, it's gonna get swapped out, and I don't even get a chance to Swords Dance before losing my disguise. Why the heck a red card? Well, I found the right situation. It would be good to get a Pokemon out before it could actually do damage to me. However, because my opponent did a Shell Smash only to switch out, I was able to get back the Swords Dance that I would have normally used the disguise for. However, now I'm forced to play a little bit of a predictions game. I knew it was going to do the protect there, so I used a Swords Dance. And since it could fail next turn, I assumed I was safe doing the Shadow Sneak. Unfortunately, it did decide to do double protect. And that was the day I learned what separates this move from protect. But because of the predicting I was able to do, I was able to get the Shadow Sneak to KO it. I know there was a crit, but I'm pretty sure it didn't matter considering how high my attack stat was. Now, I am doing the right thing, trying to get rid of the other Mimikyu disguise ASAP. Now, what I should have done was just gone for a Shadow Sneak or Play Rough, get as much damage off as I could. However, I thought I might be able to heal up enough damage to take a hit from this Mimikyu. That was not the case! And I paid for it. Because I let this Mimikyu run free, my Wishy-Washy is pretty much going to go to waste. I tried to KO it with the Scald, but unfortunately after the Leech Life it's not going to be enough. My Wishy-Washy is going to be in the range where Schooling is no longer in effect after that Toxic. And at this point my Snowflake is just KO fodder. So I decided to bring in Mr. Mosquito and just assure that I could take this thing out ASAP. And due to its raw power, but more so Mimikyu wearing itself out with that Life Orb, I'm able to finish it off, and Mr. Mosquito could still do some work. So my opponent brings out Savarari and goes for the parting shot to cancel out the attack boost I got from the Beast Boost. Unfortunately for it, I have Power Up Punch on my arsenal, and I was just about to go for it, get a little extra boost, but instead I just cancel out the parting shot, which is fine because I'm still able to take it out with the Earthquake before that fire Pokemon could do any major damage. In terms of battle concept, Savarari is based on Arceus, so I didn't want to mess around. I don't think it has the power of an Arceus, but that was a risk I didn't want to take, so I went all out with the most powerful thing I got another attack boost off the Beast Boost, and because I resisted that Sucker Punch so well, I'm able to take out the Disjoy with a Leech Life, and adding a little insult on injury to bring myself up to a good chunk of health. That's about it for this video though. I'll definitely have a few more Pokemon Showdown battles to share though. Stick to the same format of 1 or 2 battles per video depending on length, because I want to keep these 10-minute videos, but if it's only a 3 to 4 minute battle, it's not really even worth uploading to YouTube separately. If nothing else, I hope to use Pokemon Showdown videos as filler, not only between main projects on the channel, but also to act as Pokemon battling filler until I can get to a point where I build a team in Pokemon Sun worthy to bring onto the internet. Battling's been fun so far, so I think I'll be sticking to it for at least a couple months. So I hope you all enjoyed the video, and be sure to like it if that's the case. I appreciate any feedback you can give in the comments. I'll even listen to suggestions. I can't guarantee I'll be able to use them all, but it'll definitely be a lot easier to experiment with Pokemon teams on Showdown than it would be in X and Y. So who knows? I might gain a new battling buddy from your feedback. So until we meet again, I hope you take care. Okay?